Okay, we are now in March. So, book 158 was an audiobook that I listened to on vacation. It was Holes by Louis Sachar, I think is how you say his last name. I've seen the movie a couple times, never read the book. I thought the book was pretty good. I gave it a 4. It's the story of Stanley Yelnats, who ends up in a juvenile kind of prison in Texas, where basically they're just digging holes to make themselves better. And they're really looking for treasure that the warden wants. The book is definitely a lot darker than the movie. I mean, the movie was dark, but I think the book is even darker. But, overall, I thought the book was really good, and I definitely felt, empathy for the boy characters, and, I would recommend it. And book 159 was The Mere Wife by Maria Dahvanna Headley. And this also was an audiobook that I was listening to in the car and walking my dog. So this is a modern retelling of the story of Beowulf, which I read back in high school a long time ago. But I remember the general story. But it really centers on 2 women. It centers on Dana Mills, who is a soldier who fought in some war in the Middle East, and she was very traumatized by it and came back pregnant. Unknown exactly what happened, and she gives birth to Gren. And Gren might be a monster, or maybe he's just a person of color. It's a little vague in how the story is told. And, she really wants to protect him. That's her whole motivation. The other part of the story is Willa, who lives in this little suburb town called Harrod with her husband Roger and her son Dylan. And she, I think, represents the perception of perfection. Everything has to be perfect, whether it is or isn't. So Gren and Dylan actually are friends, and something happens in which Roger is killed. And Willa enlists the help of a policeman, Ben Wolfe, to go find Gren and his mother and kill them. Ben is comes across as not a great character, and there's just so much more empathy for Gren's mother. And I thought this was a great retelling. I ended up giving it a 4, and I would recommend it. 160 is Isola by Allegra Goodman. I actually received this as an ARC. It is a historical fiction novel about someone who existed in real life, Marguerite Robillard. I don't even know how to say her name, which is very sad. But she is in France, and she is enlisted with her guardian to sail to Canada. And in the course of sailing, she has an affair with his secretary. And as punishment, he leaves her, the secretary, and her maid just on this island off the coast of Canada, where she survives for 2 years, kind of living off the land, fighting off predators such as polar bears. And, the story was okay. I don't know. It's not my style, I guess. I probably would give it a 3, maybe a vacation read. It was just okay for me.